gonna find out who the best man is. I respect you for what you've done in the game, but you ain't never went up against me or my staff. So you remember something. We've been here before. You trying to get there.
Butt beat his ass.
How though? How does that look?
Outbox his ass. Just outboxing this shit.
What about the weight though?
It don't matter. Bud been fighting big people all his fucking life.
Is a pretty intelligent guy. He might not try to talk, and say different things that jump off the page at you, but he's not a stupid guy, man. He's intelligent.
At the press conference, Terence Crawford's trainer, Brian "Bo-Mac" McIntyre, delivered a strong warning to Canelo, stating that size and weight won't matter on fight night. He emphasized that Crawford has faced bigger opponents his entire career and always found a way to dominate. Confident and straightforward, Bo-Mac declared that Canelo is in serious danger because Crawford's elite skills and relentless mindset will make the difference when they step into the ring.
Matchup with Canelo.
Bud beat his ass.
How though? How does that look?
Outbox his ass. Just outboxing this shit.
What about the weight though?
It don't matter. Bud been fighting big people all his fucking life.
Yeah.
What about the head movement, Bo-Mac?
What?
Canelo's feigned head movement.
That's what I'm there for. That's what Saul there for. That's what Red there for. You know what I'm saying? It's called coaches.
Yeah.
So we can get past that shit.
Bo-Mac speaks with absolute certainty whenever he talks about Terence Crawford's chances in the upcoming fight. He stresses that this isn't just another matchup, it's an opportunity to cement Crawford as the greatest pound-for-pound fighter alive. Bo-Mac points out that Crawford has been grinding in the gym non-stop, leaving no room for excuses. To him, preparation is what separates a true champion from an ordinary fighter, and Crawford's discipline proves why he stands at the very top of the sport. His statement reflects not just confidence, but a deep belief that Crawford's mix of skill and mentality will carry him through any challenge ahead. The way Bo-Mac frames it, this fight isn't only about winning, it's about making history before the entire world.
Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford. How excited are you? Obviously, you've seen this journey with Terence, you've seen the doubters over the years, and he's now on the biggest stage again with people questioning him. And you obviously have full confidence that he's going to come out and get victory on September 13th.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely confident that he's going to get the victory. Second of all, I'm just happy for him and the team. So, the world can see once again why he considered the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
There was many a time where he was maybe struggling to get certain fights, and then he had to almost kick that door down. Is it nice to see him sort of getting the fruits of his labour now and getting that generational wealth off the back of what is, obviously it's a hard career boxing, you don't get given anything.
Definitely that. Definitely good to see him get, like you say, fruits of his wealth. Get me fights that, again, will show the world why he's the best fighter in the world. Show the world why he's the best fighter in the world. I'm just happy for him, man.
Reports of Canelo Alvarez struggling with Jaron Boots Ennis during sparring have sparked heated debate in the boxing world. Ennis is a fighter often compared stylistically to Terence Crawford because of his quick footwork, sharp counters, and slick defensive skills. If Canelo reportedly had trouble against someone with a similar style in a controlled sparring environment, the question becomes, how much tougher will it be when he faces the real test of Crawford under official lights? Sparring isn't the same as a championship fight, but patterns often carry weight, and this particular rumor left many observers thinking Canelo could face more challenges than expected. For Crawford supporters, it only adds confidence that their fighter has the tools to expose Canelo's weaknesses when it truly matters.
When we saw that he's in camp with him, right? And so people are saying now that they reached out to me and they're saying, well, Floyd Mayweather now has joined Terence Crawford's camp. Does that mean Floyd Mayweather doesn't like Jaron Boots Ennis? Floyd Mayweather went to Terence Crawford camp to give Terence Crawford advice on Canelo Alvarez. Well, one, Terence Crawford is not fighting Jaron Boots Ennis. That's number one. Number two, it's not shots at Jaron Boots Ennis if Floyd Mayweather was to go to Terence Crawford camp. Number three, I saw this clip that Fight Hype had put out, and it's an old clip of Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford at Shakur Stevenson's sparring session in Las Vegas. Shakur had called them all to be at that sparring session, okay? And Floyd Mayweather assisted. Now, Floyd Mayweather took on Canelo Alvarez September 14th of 2013. That was 12 years ago, okay? And so with that said, this one has nothing to do with the other. Floyd Mayweather, from what I'm being told from Terence Crawford's camp, that he has not went up to Colorado and helped Terence Crawford do anything. Okay, now I don't know if he's willing to or not. I don't know if Terence Crawford reached out to him or not. I don't know if they spoke on the phone or not. But, you know, it's when you saw Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather at the top-ranked gym watching Shakur Stevenson, and they had a conversation with Eddie Hearn. That's very, very old. Okay, that's very old. Now, Floyd Mayweather has stand pat on Terence Crawford is the best fighter in the world currently right now as it stands.
In response to the sparring rumors, Bomac quickly shut down the comparisons between Ennis and Crawford. He acknowledged Boots' talent but stressed that Crawford operates on an entirely different level. According to him, no sparring partner, no matter how skilled, can truly replicate what Crawford brings to the ring. His argument is that Crawford combines experience, adaptability, and mental sharpness in a way that's impossible to imitate. That's why Bomac insists those making these comparisons are missing the bigger picture. The real fight will showcase Crawford's unique qualities, which go beyond speed and movement to include intelligence under pressure. Bomac's firm dismissal of the narrative reflects his deep confidence in Crawford's individuality and his ability to rise above any stylistic similarities others might point out.
I know you saw him sparring with Boots. Give me your initial response to that.
That don't mean shit, man. That don't mean shit. That don't mean nothing, man. Boots ain't no Crawford.
That's right.
Yo, hey, like I said, that don't mean, all that shit don't mean nothing. That shit ain't gonna help him. He should have just got the last cab driver he just fought. Cause that shit ain't gonna, that don't mean nothing, man. All that shit don't mean nothing. You ain't no Bud Crawford. They don't have that mentality. Having that mentality and going upside your head at the same motherfucking time, shit, man. I don't give a fuck about all that shit at all.
Analyst Aid Oladipo voiced concerns about Crawford's decision to add significant weight for the fight. He argued that boxing is not just about size, but about maintaining the perfect balance between skill and power. Rapid weight gain, Oladipo warned, could slow Crawford down or disrupt his natural rhythm. The worry is that a fighter known for his fluidity and speed might compromise his greatest strengths by trying to match Canelo's size. While many fans applaud Crawford's willingness to step up in weight, Oladipo highlights the hidden risks of altering what already makes him special. His perspective underscores how the road to a super fight is never simple, because even preparation can create challenges if not carefully managed.
Was too wiry. Crawford was the guy at 135 pounds that looked really skinny. Even at 140, go and watch his fights against, who's the one that made, I'm trying to think of his name now, the fight at 140, Julius Ndongo.
Oh, yeah.
And where he's just skinny, he's like wiry, he's very much Tommy Hearns. Now,
oh, have you seen him? He's
now
massive.
He's jacked.
Man, he looks like huge. He's got to be north of 170.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah. Which there's a part of me that's like, dude, you don't need to be that big. Like, I don't think this is a strength for strength thing. I think this is a skill and speed thing. I don't know. I feel like if you're trying to sit on your punches to hurt Canelo, nobody hurts Canelo.
He's been hit by Callum Smith, Sergey Kovalev, Bivol.
Yeah.
Crawford ain't hurting him.
Golovkin.
And Golovkin. Crawford ain't hurting him.
But Crawford knocks everyone out.
At 147 pounds. That when he at 154, did he knock out Ismail Madrimov?
No, he didn't put a dent in him, really.
Didn't put not even a little dent in him. Canelo Alvarez is not Ismail Madrimov.
Yeah, but okay, who is Canelo Alvarez now?
That's a good question.
Yeah, like who are we watching now? Because when I go back and watch the guy that fought Skull, everyone likes to dig out Skull. Sorry, 1 second. Canelo's got to do more. Canelo's output was the worst output I've ever seen of a unified champion. I'm not joking, the worst.
That fight.
Yeah.
He literally did. But my kind of thinking is all right, well, who is Canelo now? Well, in the nicest way, although he's been fighting good fighters, when's the last time he had a super fight?
Who?
Canelo. And that's when we see the real Canelo, when he has a super fight.
Okay, Bivol.
Yes, correct. And he lost. But Bivol was significantly better at 175 pounds.
Okay.
Much bigger.
Yeah.
Crawford, similar in terms of, they're both skillful.
Trainer Breadman Edwards offered a more balanced perspective on the situation. He acknowledged that Crawford is well aware Jaron Boots Ennis sparred with Canelo and that Ennis brings real power to the ring. However, Rather than letting this rattle his mindset, Crawford uses that knowledge as fuel for preparation. Edwards emphasized that Crawford's confidence remains unshaken by outside factors like sparring rumors. For Crawford, what matters most is the fight itself, and his ability to adapt in real time. In fact, knowing that Ennis has been part of Canelo's camp may serve as added motivation, forcing Crawford's team to account for that style during training. Edwards ultimately reassured fans that Crawford thrives under these circumstances, and his mental strength ensures he's never shaken by who his opponent works with in camp.
That's why I said I'm not changing my percentage. It can make Canelo go up. It can make him lose his confidence or take a piece from him. And it can make Crawford say, okay, let me tell you something about Crawford, man. I watch Crawford. I will watch how he evolved throughout the years. I've been watching him. Me, Red, and Bomac been cool since way before Crawford hit the mainstream. Way before he hit the mainstream. And I watched him. Crawford is a pretty intelligent guy. He might not try to talk, and say different things that jump off the page at you. But he's not a stupid guy, man. He's intelligent. He know Boots is the real deal. No matter what all of the public say and everybody talking, he knows it. He knows Boots is the real deal. Crawford's little brother is Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson and Boots is super cool, and Shakur Stevenson was in the amateurs with Boots. Don't you think Shakur told Bud, yo, bro, I love you. You my big bro, but that kid nice, bro. You gonna have to be on your game to fuck with him. You don't think Shakur told Crawford that, and you don't think he respected his opinion? You don't think that Red and Bomac got eyes and they know Boots is special? You don't believe that? I don't care about all this talk on the internet because they may fight. So you can't be too complimentary of a guy that you may fight. But you don't think they know that? So by him bringing Boots in, that's probably going to take Bud to another level mentally. And that's where I think that Bud win this fight. I think he got a mental edge.
A common argument among fans and analysts is that Canelo's size advantage will simply be too much for Crawford to overcome. Supporters of Canelo point to his dominance in higher weight classes and question whether Crawford, who began his career at lightweight, can truly absorb the punishment from a naturally bigger, stronger opponent. The debate essentially boils down to physicality versus skill. Critics of Crawford's chances argue that at some point, natural physics takes over, and Canelo's thudding power shots could overwhelm even the most talented technician. For many boxing followers, this fight looks like a bridge too far for Crawford, no matter how exceptional his skills may be.
Canelo versus Crawford, who you got?
I got Canelo winning. I think Canelo's gonna knock him out. But
I think Canelo's gonna hurt him.
I think he's just too powerful, man, too strong. I hope Terence Crawford does well and stuff, man, because I love the way he fights, and he's a hell of a fighter, and I respect him as well too. So I hope he puts up a good fight and everything. But at the end of the day, man, Canelo, if he catches you, dude, it's gonna knock you out.
Look, at the end of the day, I always say this. He took Golovkin's biggest hit, and he took Bivol' biggest hit. I don't think Crawford can knock him out.
I think Terence Crawford can knock Canelo out if he catches him, because with Gennady Golovkin hit harder, but he was a lot slower. Yeah. So when Canelo's seen the punches coming, he's able to embrace. I think if Terence Crawford catches Canelo with a shot that he doesn't see coming, boom, then he could hurt him.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Another key layer in the debate is Canelo's immense experience at the elite level. Analysts point out that he's faced nearly every style imaginable: slick technicians, relentless brawlers, defensive wizards, and logged countless championship rounds under the brightest lights. Beyond sheer size and power, Canelo's composure comes from years of thriving in the sport's most high-pressure moments. Experience often determines how a fighter reacts to adversity, and Alvarez has proven his resilience time and again. Supporters argue that this wealth of knowledge, combined with his natural strength, makes him a puzzle few can solve. The sentiment is clear. While skill matters, the edge that comes from living in the championship spotlight could tip the scales heavily in favor of the Mexican superstar.
There's things about being in camp with Canelo, it's just different. He's got speed, he's got velocity, he's got precision, he's got positioning, he's got power, and he's got just an incredible amount of experience. I think there's 10 fights that haven't been added to his record. Mm-hmm. So, and Bud, when Bud was fighting at 130 or 35, Canelo already was at 54. So there's definitely weight classes for a reason.
Some voices in the boxing world remain conflicted about this matchup. On one hand, they applaud Crawford's courage for chasing greatness. On the other, they question whether this is the right opponent to cement his legacy. The concern isn't about Crawford's talent, it's about the potential for an unfair physical disadvantage overshadowing his skills. Critics argue that he could have pursued other paths to greatness without taking on a man so much bigger. Still, even skeptics acknowledge the upside. This fight offers Crawford unparalleled visibility, a historic opportunity, and a financial reward few fighters ever see.
High guard?
High
Okay,
guards,
okay.
man.
Another good segue. Let's talk about the real deal, though. Ryan, questionable fighter. Some people always question certain things. That boy Canelo, that boy Crawford. Nobody questioning those two. How you feel about that fight coming up?
I'm questioning it. I'm not a fan of it.
Oh, what?
Big man, little man. I wish Crawford had some other opportunities to really solidify his greatness in a different way. Canelo, he's got Bivol. He's got Benavidez. He's got all these other legitimate 168, 175-pound guys that he can fight, for my opinion, to really help his namesake. And you're going to go fight a little smaller guy. And I'm not something against Bud. Bud is as talented as they come.
Really?
But you're talking about a guy that probably walks around at 180, 190 pounds. Bud is not a huge, massive guy.
Right.
I don't know if y'all can tell us what the hydration clause is. I'm not sure if you got that worked out. Probably not.
Okay.
Because Canelo is obviously the A side. But I just think there's better fights for both of them to be had. I'm glad that Bud is going to get this payday. It's very important.
Okay.
I hope he doesn't ride to the sunset after this one. But I'm really disappointed in Canelo because I felt like Canelo has a lot of other opportunities he could to really solidify himself as being a pound-for-pound great. And I think this is going to kind of, win or lose, is going to tarnish his reputation.
Really? Now, what if he takes this fight and then he rides off into the sunset with Benavidez?
Same
something
thing.
like that? Same thing?
I mean, he's got to fight Benavidez. He's got to fight. He's got to fight Bivol again. He's got to fight these up-and-coming 168, 165 to 175-pound guys.
We know where we need to be by the time we step in the ring. We got the doctors and the scientists and the nutritionists and everybody that's in camp that's going to do their part to get where we need to get.
How much more power does he have?
He got some thudding power up there, and we're just going to sustain it for 36 minutes.
Why do you believe you've got what it takes to come up 2 divisions?
Like I told the other guy, skills pays bills. You gotta have skills, man, to be going up there to fight somebody like that, like a Canelo. And not only is his offense, he's got to have defense too. You know what I'm saying? So, styles makes fights. Bud got the better skills, and he got the better mind too.
Do you think, with the styles in mind, but also the weight in mind, he can get that job done based on he's just so much more excelling in the skills?
You know what? He gonna get the job done. I promise you that. He'll get the job done. Because Bud boxing IQ is off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Next to Canelo, I'm not taking nothing away from you, but Bud just a little bit better.
I can tell you fully believe in your fighter and he believes in himself too. There was a slight back and forth at the press conference there. That was just a battle of belief. Who believes they're better? Obviously Terence believes he's better. Did you look into that, what happened at the press conference there as the first
That's
war
just
of words?
That's just press conference, man. The reason why I believe into my fighter is because from day one, the first day he walked in the gym to where we at now, we haven't lost yet. Okay. He got a loss. He got 2 losses.
How does that affect him coming into this fight?
One thing about this, I always remember this. He got 2 losses, right? We got no losses. So we know what to do to get that win, right?
Bomac frames the fight not as a simple clash of size and strength, but as a chess match of intellect. In his analytical breakdown, he emphasizes the finer details of boxing, where timing can neutralize raw power and speed can offset size. To Bomac, Crawford's brilliance lies in his ability to adapt in real time, turning every round into a puzzle his opponents struggle to solve. His well-known phrase, "skills pay the bills," isn't just a catchy slogan. It's a philosophy that defines Crawford's entire career. It reinforces the belief that while Canelo brings experience and power, Crawford's mastery of the sport's subtleties gives him every chance to defy the odds.